So welcome to 5.1. In Unit 5, we're going to plot those proportional relationships we've been studying. All right, so in our plots, there's going to be some conventions. So let's look over here on the left at the grid here. So first of all, this down here this is called the x-axis, and for Mr. Ben, they're going to go up by ones almost all the time on the x-axis, but the y-axis, this side, is going to change. The scale of the y-axis is going to change. So one of the first things you'll do on every problem is look and try to figure out what this number is. That number is halfway to 24 from 0. So what number is that? That number, hopefully you're thinking, is 12. Yes, halfway to 24 from 0. So that means going, although a box is worth 1 in this direction, the x direction, in the y direction, each box is worth 12. So we go 0, 12, 24, what would be next? Well, that would be 36, 48, what would be next? 60, right? We're doing the 12 times table, and so on. Now over here are the points, okay? So the x number is always down here, and the y is always up there. So let's see what we can do. So 0, 0 is where all our graphs are going to start. Then we're going to go to x is 1, x is 1, y is 12. Then we're going to go to x is 2, y is 24 and put a point. These are the points. And these are the x and y coordinates of those points. So when x is 3, y is 36. When x is 4, y is 48. And x is 5, y is 60. And so we plotted those points that were in this table here. And now we're going to draw a ray through the point. So what is a ray? A ray is a straight line, although all lines are straight in math. But a line has an arrow on both ends. A ray only has an arrow on the one end, and we're going to put it on that end. We're going to start at 0, 0 and go on forever. That's what this arrow would indicate. So are the ratios shown in the table of proportional relationship? Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to ignore 0, 0 because, right, 0 over 0 is undefined. So we can't deal with that. But let's look at the other ones, right? And it's always y over x. We talked about that. So this is 12 over 1. This is 24 over 2. This is 36 over 3. Then it's 48 over 4. And 60 over 5. Yeah, are the rate? Yes, right? And hopefully we know the k here is 12. The k of this graph is 12. This is a proportional relationship. All right, so there was a lot of info there. We're going to go back and start again. So a proportional relationship is going to start at 0, 0 and be a straight ray forever, like that. All right. So let's look at these two graphs. Is the red one a proportional relationship? It's straight, but it doesn't, it's starting here. This is the point, by the way, 0, 2. Since it starts at 0, 2, it is not a proportional relationship. The blue one is straight ray there, and it starts at 0, 0, so that's a yes. That's how it works. So let's look at this one. The green one starts at 0, 0, and so does the red one. But the green one is straight, and so yes, it's a proportional relationship. The red one is no. When we plot the points of a proportional relationship, it will be a straight line starting at 0, 0. And that's a standard that you know that. Plot the data about the cost of apples and draw a ray through the points. Is the relationship proportional? So we're going to start at 0, 0. Then we're going to go to 1. Now, remember what I told you. First thing you want to do is figure out what that number is. Halfway to 8 is 4. All right, so 4, 8, what would be next? 12, 16, 20. You can fill those in. These are going to go up by ones. So we have 1, 4, 2, 8, 3, 12, 4, 16, 5, 20. They don't always go right down the middle like this. I wish I hadn't made that one also right down the middle like the warm-up. All right, and there's our ray. Don't forget the arrow. And so what we're saying here, by the way, when we draw this line, is that these were sample points, but there are other points. There's another one, right? 6, what does 6 go with? 24. And what does 7 go with? 7 goes with what? We're adding 4 each time. 7 goes with 28. That's what, when we draw the ray through the points, we're saying these were a few points on the ray, but there are more, right? It goes on forever, and we could do 100 and what 100 goes with. Okay, so in this one, we're going to plot, and right, if it's proportional, it'll be straight and start at 0, 0. So this is 0, 0. Then we're going to plot 1. Now I forgot, we have to go figure out what that number is. Halfway to 10 is 5, so then it goes 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So 1 goes with 10 now. 2 goes with 30 up there. 3 goes with 40. And 4 goes with 60. Now you can plot 60. This is intentional, right? You can estimate where it goes. Okay. So then we try to draw a straight line through this, and you don't get a straight line, right? And so is this a proportional relationship? No. Proportional relationship is always a straight line. And if you, ignoring the 0, 0, right, 10 over 1 does not equal even 30 over 2, does not equal 40 over 3, and so on. So this is no. All right, so when you start putting negatives in this, that's called the coordinate plane. And this is where it would become a line. Plot the data to compare y to x. Are the ratios shown in the table proportional? So we have 0, 0. Right, so remember, x is 2, y is 1, right? You can, right, so x is 4, y is 2, and x is 6. Now 6 would be over here, and y is 3. All right, we can estimate that. And so now we can draw a line through 0, 0. Like that, and then it would be a line. A line has arrows on both ends. So do we have a straight line through 0, 0? Yes, we do. This is a proportional relationship. And we'll be adding these negative points later in the unit. Usually 0, 0 is not in the table because 0 over 0 is undefined. So even if it's not there, you're still going to start your graph at 0, 0 when we're in this positive quadrant here. So let's see that. So this is how many miles per gallon. So first of all, you need these numbers. This time we're going up halfway to 12. It's 6. So we're going 6, 12, 18, 30, 36, 42. So 1 goes with 12. 2 goes with 24. 3 goes with 36. 4 goes with 48. And 5 goes with, this is 60 here, right? Because we're going up by 6s. So then we're at 60, we're at 54 here. And so we're going to add, we're going to still start the graph at 0, 0 and draw our ray through the points. So the relationship, right, is it proportional? Yes, we got a straight line. So if so, find k. Well, k is 12 over 1, 24 over 2, right? 30, right? We said this was yes, so truthfully all you have to do is one of these, right? And they all equal what? K equals 12. Right? If it was, well, what's the unit rate here? It's miles per gallon. It's 12 mpg, right? That's K is 12. The unit rate is 12 mpg. Right? Horizontal table. So we're going to notice that the hours, the top row is down here. And so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. Halfway to 80 is 40, right? So we're going up by 40. So that's 80, 120, then 160, 200, then 280, and so on. Okay, so 3 goes with 120, right? The hours, we've been doing X. Hours is there, miles is there. 3 goes with 20, 120. 4 goes with 160. 5 goes with 200, and 6 goes with 240. And we're going to draw a ray through the points. We're still going to, if it goes through 0, 0, then we're going to add 0, 0 to it. So, right, that was looking proportional. All right, now we're going to compare that to another one. So on the same graph, we're going to plot 3, 180. All right, now 180, this is the first time we've had this, is halfway between 160 and 200. 4 goes with 240. 5 goes with 300. So 300 is halfway between 280 and 320, right? That makes sense. 6 goes with 360, right? We're going up by 40, so this is 360 right there. They are in a straight line, so we're going to add 0, 0 to it and start there. Okay, and so it said plot the proportional data, so we should have known that it would come out in a straight line. How can we tell which car was driving faster? Just by looking at the graph, right? Well, let's look at the speeds right here. In this one, well, let's do the red. Let's use red for the red one. So the red one was going 120 over 3, 160 over 4, 200 over 5, right? 240 over 6. It's going 40 miles per hour, right? Miles on top. Remember, you always flip these over. Miles per hour. And the blue one is going 180 over 3, 240 over 4, 300 over 5, and 360 over 6. It's going 60 miles per hour. All right, so which one was going faster? The blue one. So maybe come up with a rule that would tell us which of these is faster. Well, I would say the more it points up, like that would, let's do it in a different color. If I make one this way, it's going to be going faster than both of those. Say I want to go 120 miles an hour, right? I would go, one would be 120, 2 would be 240, 3 would be 360, and it would go there. If I wanted to go slower, let's do that in purple. Say I only wanted to go 20 miles an hour, so halfway to 40 after 1 hour. Right? Then you're going 20 miles every single hour. It would look something like that, and it would look like that. So the more the graph points up, the faster the car is going. And so this will be a general rule, all right, that the greater the rate, whatever the rate is, miles per hour is a rate, the greater the rate, the more this arrow will point straight up. The lower the rate, the more flat the arrow of the rate will point. All right, so now you're going to work backwards. Fill in the table about the proportional relationship between the height and base of a triangle. So I've given you some bases here. Now we got to figure out the heights. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's halfway to 8? 4. So then this is 12, 20, 28. All right, so what went with 1? Well, that looks like 1 goes halfway, but let's to 4. So it looks like 2, but let's make sure it's definitely clear that 2 goes with 4. If the base is 2, the height is 4. 3 again looks halfway, but 4 is clearly 8. 5, right? 6, I didn't put in the table, but 6 goes with 12. All right, so let's look at this. We have a blank over 1, right? Because you're going to put this side on top, height to base. You have blank over 1, 4 over 2, blank, not 0. Blank over 4 over 2, blank over 3, 8 over 4, 12 over 6. Oh, I forgot 5. Blank over 5, 12. Well, 12 over 6, 8 over 4, they all equal 2. So what do these other numbers have to be? That has to be 2. It looked like 2. I wanted to make sure. This has to be 6, right? And this has to be 10, right? What's K here? K was 2. K is 2. The ratio of the height to the base of this triangle. All right, copy the table, plot the data, and draw rates with points. Is the relationship proportional? If so, find K. So we have 1 goes with 21. So this is 7, 14. Well, there's 21. 1 goes with 21. I just plotted that point. 1 gallon gets 21 miles. 2 goes with 42, way up there. All right, so these are going up by 7. So this is 35, 49, 63. And that's what? 70. So 3 goes with 63. 4 is off the graph somewhere, but it's going to be in the same straight line. Even though 0, 0 is not given in the table, it does look like a proportional relationship because these three are all in a nice straight line. But Mr. Ben has to be able to graph a straight line. Here we go. And you could leave out this point and just use an arrow to point toward it. I missed, however, horrible graphing. So let's try that again. There we go. And so we're going to say yes, it's a straight line, and I started at 0, 0. What's K? Well, it's 20, right? We have 21 over 1, right? It's miles to gallons. 21 over 1, we know what it is. It's 21, but I'm just going to show it. All of those better equal 21, and they do. So K is 21. Which plot is of a proportional relationship? Right? The key things, they're both straight, but only B goes, that's 0, 0. All right, this is the coordinate plane. You don't write the 0 twice when you make that. So this is a yes, and then B is a no, because although it's straight, it doesn't go through 0, 0. All right, so we're going to fill in the table using the data about the cost of hamburgers from the graph. Find K. Okay, so the graph starts at 0, 0. It's proportional. It's a straight line starting at 0, 0. This must be halfway to 16 is 8. So we're going 16, 8, 24, 32, 40, and so on. And 1, 2, 3. We're going to fill these in. Now look at, right, we're going to do dollars to pounds. So it's blank over 1 equals 8 over 2 equals 12 over blank equals blank over 4, right? Well, clearly K is 4 here, right? Because, so what would make this one 4? 4, 1 goes with 4, 3 goes with 12, and what goes with 4? 16 goes there, right? We're making all of them 4. So now let's make sure we can see that on the graph. But 1 went with 4, we can see that halfway. 2 went with 8, 3 went with 12, halfway between 8 and 16, and 4 went with 16. All right, so good luck with the homework.